Hi guys, I'm Alex Wood and I'm part of Phantom Media's University of Derby Student Union election coverage. And today I am joined by...
Hiya, I'm Danny and I'm running for the role of president.
What drew you to the particular role, Danni?
I think I was drawn to president because I am quite a confident person and I like the idea of leadership. And I think president's a great role because you get to oversee every aspect of the union, without specifically being focused on one thing. You can sort of pick and choose a bit of everywhere. So I think it's quite open.
And if you were to succeed and be nominated president, first of all, we'd have champagne popping, maybe a mini dance party or something. But what would be your primary aim if you were to succeed?
My primary aim for the whole year is to sort of get things back on track. We've had a pretty hard year. Everyone's entailed, and I think uni have done really well. But it's going to be slowly getting back to where we were. But with a specific focus, I want to work on opening up the student support access a lot more over uni. So that's going to be my key focus for the year.
Brilliant. And what is your perception of the Union of Students right now?
My perception, I think it's great. And I think there's a lot of strong aspects there. And I think they offer a lot for people. I think there just needs to be a bit more specification on how people can find all the amazing things they actually do. So sort of spreading awareness of it a bit more.
I love when I interview candidates like this because they get really ahead of themselves and answer my next question in their previous answer. It's amazing, honestly. It's legitimately my dream. It's great. So my next question is there anything you would change, which you've already kind of touched upon, but if you allows you to kind of elaborate on it.
Yeah, I think because there's so much going on in the union and there's so much to offer there for students, I would just make it easier for people to access it. And they wouldn't have to hunt for what they want to find. It's just kind of there for them and sort of spread out a bit more around uni.
That's brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Now, these next couple of ones are going to be a little bit job interviewee. So I apologize about the nature of them and stuff. They're a little bit of a change from like, what's your great aim? What would you do if you succeed? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So how do you solve problems in a professional setting?
I solve problems. So I'm a very creative person. So I'm a very visual learner. I'm a very bold person. So when it comes to tackling problems, I don't always go for point A. I like to think outside the box. So I tackle problems head on with sort of a bold state of mind, but I like to tackle things in a group. So I will ask everyone else their opinion and get sort of an overall feel for a problem instead of just jumping straight in and rushing to a solution.
Brilliant. And then anybody that knows the university and the Union of Students knows the president of the union is the big dog, the big face. And legitimately, when I say the big face, the face is everywhere. It's plastered all over every screen. There's posters of you. You get that really cool headshot, which means you can't change your hair throughout the year so that people can recognize you and everyone knows who you are. Is that kind of publicity going to be a problem, and how would you deal with it?
No, not at all. So I've tried quite hard in my 3 years of uni to stay quite sort of out there. So I currently I run the Derby Ravens cheerleading, so I'm president of that society. So I'm quite used to seeing my face sort of flying around on different posters and things. And I quite like it because it by being out there, it means people know who you are, so they feel more comfortable to come to you and ask you questions and sort of, yeah, I'm quite there for it.
Brilliant. And then this one's a little bit of a different switch up in terms of focus and kind of our tempo as well for today. So currently in the COVID-19 situation, it has impacted students. We'd be daft to say that it hasn't. It has impacted students. It's also left a lot of students really concerned about their experience that they've seen this year and also the response that the university has given. They've all been quite critical of that. What do you think the the Union of Students should do in response to that?
I think the Union of Students, especially moving to the next year, we've been told some good news of COVID that things are going to start to reopen. I think the union has to really start focusing on mainly getting back to where we are, but also taking it slowly, because you're right, students, they're not all the same. And some people are going to struggle much more than others to get back there. And that's absolutely fine. I think they've got to think of processes where we can sort of ease into situations so it's not just a big jump to the end, because it can be too overwhelming.
And you say that, you touched upon that now brilliantly. And again, you've done my job for me. You've led me into this next scenario brilliantly. So thank you so much for that. And you've touched on the processes there. How would the role of president be able for you to support that?
I think having the student, I've just finished university, but I will be soon, and going straight into that role, it still leaves me in my student mindset. So I know exactly what everyone's thinking and feeling. You know, I've spent the hardest year of COVID living at uni. So I think I'll have a really good feel for what people are still thinking and going on, and not someone that's sort of not been living it.
Brilliant. And us at Phantom Media, we've called this year the virtual year, because obviously we've all been in screens, we've all been interacting like this, where normally we'd be in a face-to-face meeting, and we'd be doing this a lot easier and a lot more in depth. So from the virtual year, there are lessons. I've learned things, you've learned things as well this year. What not only in a personal setting, but in a professional one as well, what lessons can we take that we've learned from this year into the next one?
I think we can take that people are a lot stronger than we thought. And, you know, people have been working so hard this year to do lectures, you know, socials, everything online. And I'm sure, like myself, everyone is sick of sitting on Zoom quizzes and sitting in front of a screen all day. But I think we've learned that people have the mentality and the push to actually do it. You know, it's not easy doing lectures at home, you know, in your trackies at 9 a.m. There's no motivation. But I think we've learned that people can do it, and there is a drive to keep pushing forward through it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Danni.
Thank you.